Happy Valentine's Day. It is the Dating with Katy show. We are into episode 84. So thank you guys. Gosh, I'm loving it. But today's special because it's Valentine's Day. Now, a year ago, January, I did a podcast on how to prepare for Valentine's Day. So if you're hitting last minute and you're like, shoot, I need ideas, I say jump to that podcast in the 30s, I think 30s, 40s, because that will give you a lot of ideas. You're running a little late, but that's okay. I have ideas for all occasions. And that podcast also has to do with like holidays, birthdays. How do you celebrate these special days with somebody you're dating? So go check that podcast out. But today we're talking Valentine's. I mean, I wore my pink for you. I just did a little TV segment. I've got my little love cards and XOXO. You know I'm all about this stuff. It's what I do for a living. So thanks for joining me. Have you subscribed? Do me a huge favor. I need to get the numbers up. We need to get the word out. You guys know that I sell solid information here. Not that I'm selling it, but it's all sales and marketing. And we need this to get out to the masses so we can have more 20%ers that are just like you. And if you are a 20%er and you're cool, you're quality, and you are ready for something amazing, get in my database. Ladies, I just spoke with 2 clients today in the Florida area. Wealthy men who have worked their buns off. They're looking, and I quote, looking for a woman who could do Bocelli to Willie. Like, ladies, are you that woman who can go to see Andre Bocelli, and I've seen him, to Willie Nelson? I haven't seen Willie, but I've seen some other, boot-wearing cowgirl stuff. So men are looking for the diversity of you, not just the fancy of you and not just the, frumpy of you. So, and if you haven't, get my 7 steps to sexy. That will help you out. Okay. Well, let's talk about all things romance. I'm going to give you a few ideas, but I'm going to give you a test. And guys, this is for you today because most women are already romantic. We can thank Disney for that. I mean, I used to work at Disneyland. Podcast 10, 5 things you didn't know about me. I used to be a Disney character. I'm 5'2", so I was too tall to be Mickey Mouse, thank goodness. Chip and Dale, Roger Rabbit, Winnie the Pooh, wore them all. But really, we're talking about how you can be more romantic. And this is pretty much aimed towards the men. I mean, we just got to get you there. So we have a test to start today. And this test is going to see how romantic you are. All right, so question number 1. If you're currently dating somebody, do you have notes on her? Are you continuously and consciously taking notes? Like maybe in your notes app on your phone or somewhere else, Google Docs. So do you have notes? If that's a yes, you get 1 point. Number 2, if you're currently seeing someone, do you know her exact favorite flowers or flower combinations? And also, do you know the flowers she doesn't like? If you can say yes to that, you get 2 points. Number 3, if you're currently seeing someone or really like someone, do you know her shoe size? Right? Come on, ladies, now. If you can say yes to that, you get a 3rd point. Now, those are 3 points. If you can get all 3 points, you're a rock star. Now, here's the bonus section. And this is, and let me just preface this. We're going to be talking about this because all of those things are super thoughtful. But here is like the pièce de résistance. If you have done this, you win. You win. I don't care what Jeopardy number you're putting in and trying to pass the other person. If you have ever done this, then you are a total romantic and you need to email me quick. I will have a prize for you. Here's the question. And this is for you, gentlemen. Have you ever lit 25 candles for a woman for any reason? Anyone? Anyone in the back? So that's my big question today. That's the difference of being thoughtful and building into your relationship to being romantic. And oftentimes you men think, oh, well, I lit a little candle for dinner, a little candle before sex, therefore I must be romantic. No, that's called thoughtfulness every day. That is kind of expected. I'll be honest, that's the bare minimum. Yeah, a candle, but can we get a little bit more romantic? And so today I am going to share just some of our journey, my husband and I I hope you enjoy that. I never, I always want to be authentic with you guys, so it's not perfect over here in my little world. But here's what I love. If you've ever listened to the Gottmans, and you should, they always talk about the little things daily. Yes. Again, there are romantic things you can do. I spoke to my husband the other day. I said, what's romantic to you? He said, going for a walk. Okay, that's cute. I think that's cute and it's thoughtful and it's good for our health, but I don't think it's romantic. Now, if we're in somewhere that's all lit and it's Paris, or it's a hot day and I'm wearing a cute little summer dress and we're near the beach, that's romantic. But going for a walk after dinner, not romantic in my book. So if you think that's going to warm me up for some fun in the bed, probably not. You're probably working off that extra belly that, we ate too much pizza for the night. Guys, that's not. It's, of course, the little things daily are sweet to our soul, and they're what make a relationship kind of have the embers, but it's really not romance, okay? Not to be discouraging here, but I'm really hoping that you guys will understand how to step it up after this podcast. It's only 15 minutes. Stick it through with me. I've got ideas. I've got ways to Google it. So you're going to be a rock star in romance. All right, so here's another story. I was gone for a week recently and I missed my man, right? And during the time, he's great at texting me. He's always kind of the first texter, which I like. I feel like he's still pursuing me. I'm not really texting him first, even when we're traveling. But I was hoping, and again, expectations, we're going to talk about that in a minute, ladies. I was hoping he would have the house cleaned, some flowers that he bought at Trader Joe's, a fireplace going, a bottle of wine, and maybe a bath for me when I got home. I didn't get any of that. And that's okay. It's kind of our first time. We're moving through. I've never really expressed to him the kind of re-entry I would like back into not seeing him for a week. And, I know that he doesn't want that. After he's been gone for a week, he doesn't need all of that. He would like a nice cleaned home and maybe some of his laundry put away. So he's not thinking those things. But when I brought it up to him, he said, but babe, while you've been gone, I hung all these things and I made all these plans for a trip of ours and I did a lot of stuff for us. So in his mind, he was doing those thoughtful things, but I didn't consider them romantic. So you've really got to make sure that you and your woman are on the same page of what romance looks like. And look, I'm going to give you insight to what women think is romantic. So listen to this podcast, take the ideas, and you will learn. She is probably going to agree with that. And we all know that this happens. You will say something like, well, babe, how important is it? Or, do you really need flowers? And she'll go along with you and she'll poo-poo it. No, we don't have to go out for Valentine's Day. No, it's not a big deal. It's okay. It's okay. Sadly, she's taking your lead because you're not making it important. So she's not going to make it important. But that's where you're wrong. And that's where you need to say, she's important. I will do, come hell or high water. I will make a plan. I will find a place. I will do it in advance because that's what she wants, the man with the plan. And you are going to not even listen to her negate or no big deal it. You're still going to do it. It's very important because it's better to err on that side than to not. And we all know what happens when you don't. And then she brings it up 2 months later. Well, you didn't plan a Valentine's Day. And you're like, but you told me it's not a big deal. Just do it. Sadly, I think women's expectations can be a little high. We can blame that on Disney. We can blame it on whatever we like, but it doesn't matter because ultimately all of us women are looking for romance. We're looking for next level thoughtfulness that we can brag to our friends about, that we can hold dear in our heart, that we can hold as a memory. So guys, I want you to take a couple notes now. These are some really great ideas on how you can become more romantic. All right, number 1, Google it. It is not that hard. I mean, I'm eventually going to write a book because I just want you to have a checklist. So boom, boom, boom. Her heart is full. You're a good guy. But there's so many ideas on Google, so much ideas on Instagram. I'm not even gonna say TikTok. I don't watch TikTok, but get creative and Google it. Second thing I'm gonna suggest is have a lifeline. I say this often. You might not know exactly what she wants, but maybe her best friend, her mom, her daughter. Like my daughter is my husband's lifeline. When it comes to planning something for me, my daughter knows me well, and she can approve, disapprove, or help with some of the planning or purchasing so that I love it and he knows I already do. Make sure you get a lifeline. And you might need to ask your girlfriend, like, hey, is it cool if I text your friend? I got a couple questions. I want to surprise you. Go ahead and foreshadow that for her because then it actually builds tension and excitement too. And I talk about foreshadowing a lot. In gift giving, in any, if you have kind of an alpha female like me, I'm a huge planner. I want to wear the right outfit. I talk about this in when I got engaged. My husband told me we weren't getting engaged, so I didn't bring the outfit I wanted to wear. And then he told me to wear an outfit I wore 2 nights in a row, and I didn't want to do that, so I wanted to wear pink. I mean, it turned a little dramatic. If he had just foreshadowed, hey, babe, you might want to bring a few white outfits for some fun events this weekend, I would have been like, ooh, yay. So what was going to be the great surprise turned out to be the great frustration at some point too. So guys, foreshadow. Another example, my client today, he wanted to kiss this woman on a second date playing pickleball. So as they crossed the court, he went in for a kiss and she swiped out, man. She just did not want to kiss in her pickleball court with all her friends around. That's fair. Like, don't be trying to make a move in front of all her friends, and even her family was there. So what I told him is he could have foreshadowed it by stating as he walked by, next time I might come in for a kiss. You better be careful. And watch her reaction. Foreshadowing is always a good idea. Okay, so the next thing you can do is go to the dollar store. Yes, I know you've probably never been in there, or if you have, it's because some woman sent you in. Go to the dollar store and buy junky, cute gifts. As a matter of fact, you can get 14 cards for $14. It's $1.25 now. But get creative in the dollar store. You don't need to break the bank. They have really cute things that she's not going to save forever, but it's kind of adorable. You can make a basket. You can buy her socks in the dollar store. I mean, there's snacks in the dollar store. I mean, there's no champagne. Go to the grocery store next door. They're usually next door, and buy the bottle of champagne. You can get cups in the dollar store, little wine cups. All I'm saying is no excuse. Don't tell me you're broke, because everybody's got money for the dollar store. Another thing that's almost free is sticky notes. Sticky notes all over the house. Sticky notes all over her desk. Sticky notes all inside her purse. I mean, come on, guys. Get creative. I mean, even Sean Whalen was talking about how he sticky notes his wife. Adorable. Super cute. Now, if you really want to kind of go full blown on this romance, I'm going to give you a really creative idea. I always wanted a guy to do this for me, and it's a little costly. It's a Tiffany's, and a lot of people know Tiffany's for their silver bracelets with the charms, but this one's unique. And at Tiffany's, you have to go to the diamond counter, and trust me, these diamonds are not huge, so it's slightly affordable. They have keys, and I have one right here to show you, and they have little tiny bits of diamonds, and they have all different sizes. They have white gold, they have yellow gold, and then they also have rose gold. So figure out what she likes. You might need a lifeline for that, and get her a key. Now this will run you a couple $1,000, okay? And I always wanted a guy to get me this key, and he was gonna say to me, "This is the key to my heart." Now how special would that be? Now that didn't happen. Nobody read my mind. It's shocking. But I bought this for myself because it's the key to my success. So ladies, if you're listening and you're like, that's it, I'm doing an energetic purchase and I'm going to buy myself that key, you can do that as well. So that is a very special gift. It's not a ring, so you don't feel like you're giving her something that's way too meaningful and too forward, but it is a great, really unique kind of jewelry gift. One other, I'm wearing it right now, is a really simple, just center diamond. This is a Goriana. It'll run you about $500. So look, from dollar store to Tiffany's, I got you covered. All right, moving on. Here is something special that my husband and I do, and I have gotten some flack in the past for it. My husband was not super touchy. He didn't grow up hugging. And it's, as much as we have, physical touch together, I still needed more of that grounded physical touch, the non-sexual physical touch throughout the day, the hugs, the snuggles. That's much more my personality. And he just didn't naturally do them during dating. So I had to train him. And I know you hate that word, so let me use a different word. I had to guide him. Ladies, we guide our men into doing this. And so because he's got the engineering mind, I actually created a quota, just like you would in business, right? If he has a sales goal, he creates the quota. So our hug goal was 4 hugs a day, and I wanted him to initiate them because that makes me feel wanted. And he picked up the goal, he picked up the quota, and he ran with it. And now he rolls up to me and he's like, hey, where's my hug, right? He loves doing the non-sexual hug goal. So we have what I call strategic romance. So he knows the expectations and my heart is full. And now that might go opposite. Some of you guys are like, my love language is touch. Well, remember, touch isn't always about sex. I know some of you, your love language is sex. I get it. But you might still need a lot of touch. You want those back massages, a little back scratch, a little head rub. You've got to tell her that, because she doesn't read minds either. So on top of our little strategic romance, we've got 5 minutes of snuggles every morning. He is not allowed to jump out of bed. There's got to be some snuggle wuggle. And then we started doing this 6-second kiss. And this is a Gottman idea. And he actually brought it to the table. So I was really proud of him. I was like, oh, you're reading the Gottmans? Like, I love it. Ladies, when he is doing anything fabulous, you just remind him how great it is to see him growing and trying, and just thank him profusely, because he is trying. He's got an EQ and he's working on it for you. But so we've been doing this 6-second kiss, and that's been great. I mean, these are 3 of the different strategies that we're doing to keep that romance and keep that connection. Now, guys, I do want you to put ideas below. I want you to write why you're good at romance, maybe why you're not, what are the blockers. But write your comments below. Of course, I think this will be a great space where we can all help each other with ideas, with information, with websites that have some great ideas. I just looked at one and I just texted it to my man. You know, I don't expect him to think of them on his own, so I'm going to help him out. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a fabulous Valentine's. Galentine's is tomorrow. I hope you have a fabulous Galentine's as well. And just know that I am here to make sure that you get confident, be successful, and have some fun dating. Until next time, cheers.